you're welcome, beautiful people.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can we meet you?
Hello, people. My name is Yemi Olayode. I've been married for 12 years.
Hi, everyone. My name is Omotola Olayode, and I've been married for 7 years.
Wow.
For me, I want to look at it in a way whereby, in such a way that this is the time for you to know the men that are lazy and the women that are lazy. You know, sometimes because we don't stay at home together, you actually do not know what.
Okay, at the time when we first got married, then my husband, we are still staying on the mainland anyway. So my husband was working on the highland, and whenever he comes, I don't want to know if he's tired or he's strong or what he went through at the office. What I want is what I want. If I might even be waiting for him to get back so that he can take me somewhere. I don't want to know if he's tired. If he tells me I'm tired, I'm like, but this is me. You have to attend.
You will ask of me. You understand? It's not about okay. I don't expect. Where are you now? No, I expect that. So how far now? Well, you know. At the point, you see, this is what I want. This is the way you want, and the other one.
How do you say that too?
No, I was just angry, and I wanted to get back at you. I wanted to hurt you too. So that's why I had to say anything. And you'll be like, no, you have to think about what you want to say. Now, at the end of the day, like she said, I will be the one apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. If the wife is not too tired, if she has been working all day, how do you want her to function in the other room?
Yes. That's the truth.
Room.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Because she would have been exhausted, then one hand will be coming. How now? She has to rest. So that's where men should take a cue. When you help in this, trust me, in the other room there will be help.
This is POA's diary, and POA's diary is taking a new shape. Looking at what is happening now, the lockdown is saying so many things to so many people. So many experiences are being gathered here and there. And for some, when it comes to couples, so many complaints are coming to me, and it's as if it's not being palatable at all. So we want to look at lockdown to unlock. How can couples intimacy be addressed at this period? We've had people that they had to stroll out of the home because of what is happening. Maybe they have babies at home, and the mothers that are used to carrying the baby, they feel like this lockdown is the opportunity for fathers to also help out. And fathers are getting tired. Daddies are getting tired. Carry this baby, and I've been carrying this baby since morning, so you too just help me to carry. The father will say, okay, before you know it, you will use style. So my friends are waiting for me outside there to leave the baby at home. And so many different dimensions of issues when it comes to intimacy. So I want us to look at what is intimacy first. So I will not be doing this alone. I have some beautiful people around me, and I want them to introduce themselves. And they are not just ordinary people. They are married women. They are experienced when it comes to marriage. They will tell us who they are and how many years they have spent in marriage. So you're welcome, beautiful people.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can we meet you?
Hello, people. My name is Yemi Olayode. I've been married for 12 years.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Omotola Olayode, and I've been married for 7 years.
Wow. 7 years.
Yes, sir.
If we had that together, it's going to be what? 19 years of experience. That means we are going to be sharing and hearing from 19 years of marital experience from these two lovely people. And one of them happens to be my lovely wife. So it's good to start. You say you start good things from your home, and for you to know that when you are speaking, you are not just speaking theory, you are speaking practical. So we'll be asking some questions that maybe even me, I'll be a culprit. I don't know. So, but it depends. So I want to ask them first. What do you understand by intimacy when it comes to couples, when it comes to relationship, family? Mrs. Olayode?
Yes, for intimacy is fostering a sense of closeness in any relationship, such as romantic or therefore. It can be applied to spiritual, mental, physical, and we have other intimacies such as emotional. So for intimacy in a relationship or in marriage, it has to do with how husband and wife relate with each other.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Omotola, can you please?
Okay, just to collaborate with what
Yeah.
she said, intimacy, most people think intimacy is sex
Yeah.
between couples, but it's the deep knowing of each other, the deep knowledge of each other. That's what intimacy is.
And, I don't know how many of us saw that that viral video on the social media that the husband was running after the wife.
Okay.
And I think that's their own definition of intimacy. And I'm sure that so many couples will have such similar problem, and they will have been tired of this thing that we are talking about. That is not intimacy is not limited to the bedroom activity or gymnastics.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to address. So for me, I think you have spoken well, the relationship between the husband and the wife, and me, I feel it's also more of two souls coming together,
Yeah.
understanding between two souls.
Yes.
That means a reflection of the husband having a deep knowledge of the soul of the wife.
Yeah.
So when you have deep knowledge of one another, then you'll be able to know how to live together to achieve a peaceful home, to
Yeah.
achieve a lovely home.
Yeah, that's
So
right. That's right.
in one of my series on Facebook, I posted something on this lockdown to unlock, and I tried to highlight some things, and I said couples should use this period to make up, discuss, realign issues that has to do with intimacy in their homes, and I highlighted 3 factors that I want us to look at.
Okay.
I said we can use 3 of these factors to drive intimacy or to achieve intimacy in our various homes among couples especially. I talk about number 1, communication. Number 2 is empathy. Number 3 is consequential thinking. So how does it affect couples? How have you been able to apply this? That's what we want to look at. We're not looking at the theoretical aspect, we want to look at the practical aspect. When it comes to communication, we know that communication has to do with coding and decoding. Somebody sending out an information and another person trying to interpret, to receive and interpret what the information is. And when an information has gone out and it's not being decoded well, then there will be problem.
Yes.
So
Yes.
have you ever been able to has there been any experience in this wise when it comes to communication? Has there been communication breakdown at any point in time because of your 12 years in marriage?
Yeah, well said, POA.
When
For me, I have 2 kids. I have a boy and I have a girl. And looking at it, sometimes you see the boy offending the girl. You see the girl coming to report, oh, my brother has done this. But you seeing the boy as, oh, maybe very overactive, you try to see how you want to beat the boy first, even without listening. My husband will say, Yemi, have you listened to him? Listen to this boy now before taking action and beating the boy. You understand? Because sometimes you see that even the girl was the first to commit the crime in so to say. So I believe that when it comes to communication in homes, it is very, very imperative for us to make sure we listen to every side that are involved, the husband and the children. Very, very important before we take our actions.
Okay, that's the giving of a very vivid example of what could happen between the kids at home, and it could also lead to rancor between the husband and the wife because you feel that one is being cheated, or maybe the husband is not paying the wife is not paying proper attention.
Yes.
So one has to balance it. Omotola, is there anything you want to add? Any experience when it comes to communication breakdown?
In marriage, you can't avoid it. Communication breakdown, it happens a lot. Okay, let me give you an example. When I first got married, what I usually hear is, this is my favorite food. But what my husband says is, I like this food. But when he was saying it, me, I interpreted it as, this is my favorite food. So when most times, let me make this guy happy, so I'll just be giving him that food.
Wow.
But you said, when he now complains that, Omotola, this food, you want to kill me with it, but you said it's your favorite. And he's like, no, I said I like it, not like it's my favorite.
Communication.
So that's just an example.
Wow,
about
wow,
communication.
wow. I remember, Okwemi, I'm privileged to know you well. And I remember you communicate through cry.
Oh my
You
God.
want to say something about that?
Oh, all right. You know, in the first instance of our marriage, I was actually thinking that, okay, when you cry to maybe something happens and you cry and shed tears, maybe the guy will like, oh, I'm sorry. My husband say, oh, do you think I'm saying you? I'm not used to crying. I say, cry.
I don't respond to.
No, I don't respond to cry. No.
You communicate. You
Tell me
talk.
what happened. Don't cry. I'm not looking at your cry.
So when it comes to communication, it has to be understanding between the person speaking and what the person wants you to do.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of you. This is the way you feel. It's not a matter of showing just emotion. There's a way you communicate your emotion in such a way that the other person too will understand it. So, but recently, so many complaints are coming from different couples. They are really tired because they are not used to staying together for this longer.
I can imagine. We can imagine.
This is coming. I think this will be like once in a lifetime.
Oh my God.
In another decade, maybe there could not be anything like this.
Really.
So many people are getting tired. What do you think is causing them to be tired of one another?
Okay, let me go first.
Thank you.
Okay.
Omotola.
I think our normal selves, in this time of age and technology, we are addicted to our phones. There was one time me and my husband were in the same house, and he was in the bathroom, in the toilet. He was using the toilet, and I was in the sitting room. He wanted to call me to do something for him. Do you know he sent me a message, Omotola, and I'm sure it's happening like that in a lot of homes where people don't talk. They don't sit down and talk. They hide their feelings. When you are talking, you are able to read my body language.
Yeah.
You are reading my expressions, but when we are using technology, what you are supposed to pass across, what you're supposed to interpret from my body, you are not saying that. We are not talking. We are just we are texting each other. So I think that's what's causing a gap. We think we are talking, but we are actually not talking. We are texting.
Thank you, Omotola. On the contrary, people that are used to using this technology to communicate to themselves, maybe the husband at the office and something that happened overnight, so they are used to communicating. Yeah. But now they are seeing one another, and the communication language, the body language is now coming to play, and like, it's your feel pay who do you think you are talking to? I didn't understand what you were saying now. I give if you did not eat it. Yes. So are we going to be wasting money? And what like say, who do you think you are talking to? What kind of thing is that? Do you think it's even easy to get the money? So communication is getting in the way of people and relationships. Okay, I want to say something.
Well, for me, I want to look at it in a way whereby, in such a way that this is the time for you to know the men that are lazy and the women that are lazy. Sometimes because we don't stay at home together, you actually do not know what the other person is doing. Sometimes the woman is at home lazing around. You understand? The husband has gone to work. So now that both of them are at home, the job that maybe the wife is supposed to do, you understand? This is the time where she will be shifting blames. Oh, you are not helping me. You are not helping me. You are not doing this. You understand? And even vis-a-vis the other spouse I mean the men now, you understand? There are some lazy men too, you understand? That, okay, let me use an instance of a practical instance now. Whether you have a baby of like, okay, 2 years, or maybe a year, or maybe not even up to a year, you understand? And both of you need to nurture together. But you know, most times the husband is out for daily bread, the wife is also out for daily bread, but you know, both of them maybe not used to carrying the baby, maybe the baby will have gone to crèche.
Yeah.
And now this is the reality, you understand, for both of them, you know, to nurture the baby together. So by the time you know, baby of instance of like 1 year, you know how they can be, you know, very playful, you know, making sure that the house is scattered. So it is very difficult for them. Okay, I want to run after you, and sometimes, really, humanly speaking, the lady get tired.
Yeah.
You understand? So you want to shift. Okay, you two are job bidding now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this period is really an eye opener, a time for us to see, okay, your flaws and my flaws, and how we can now come together and, you know, push ourselves and work together at this period.
So we are saying that we should use this opportunity to realign our communication system.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
like I love that last example, couples that they both work, and they give the responsibility of their parenting to daycare. So this period, the daycare two people, they are locked down in their various homes, and the lockdown has locked the wife and the husband at home to see the reality of their hyperactive daughter or son, and they have to find a way to solve it. So how do you think they can go about this if such a scenario is causing problem,
Well,
or other problems in their relationship? What do you think they should use this time out to do?
They just have to communicate. Say what you want, as in tell your spouse what you want, and you to listen. The other spouse should listen to. I don't think the Bible says can two work together except they agree. You have to listen, and how can you agree? You have to listen to what the other person is saying. You have to receive what the other person is saying, then process it, digest it, then you work it out.
So I was saying that this communication, verbal communication, is inevitable.
It's inevitable.
So you are saying technology cannot replace
It can't.
verbal communication?
no, it can't. Then on my own hand,
Yeah, thank you.
I think you know, both couples can come together and share tasks at this period. Share tasks. Even when we look at other developed countries, this also happens, and you see men cooking
Yeah.
for the children when the wife has gone to work, and vice versa. So I think we can also do this as well. You know, what I know is most Nigerian, you know, couples are really not together. They think they're together, but they're not together. Okay, you from morning to night. Okay, I won't take care of the. Okay, I'm cooking in the kitchen. Can you please help me take care of the baby? For my own grown children, if I see they are not listening to me, I have the cane. You understand? Though I know that it is not only the cane that you can use in communication. You understand? I give them a lot of jobs. I make sure they follow their class work. And once they are not doing the work, okay, maybe you guys confine in a place, watch whatever what program you want to watch. And at that instance, it is not only meant for the guy to stay in the sitting room and, you know, from laptop to phone, from phone to, you know, different chats and co. It's happening in everyone. Like my husband, he's always on phone, always on Facebook. You understand? I know that that's his own office, but I expect that at this period, you understand, we all come together to make the home.
Okay, I want to add another thing to what she said. If the wife, let's say the wife is always the wife in the African setting. If the wife is not too tired, you know, if she has been working all day, how do you want her to function in the other room?
You know, that's the
other
truth.
room.
Yes. That's the truth.
Because she would have been exhausted, then one hand would be coming. How now? she has to rest.
You know.
So that's where men should take a cue. When you help in this, trust me, in the other room there will be help.
The proper function.
And also to women, I notice that most of us women, we keep quiet. We don't want to talk. We don't want to get our spouse angry. So we keep quiet. So we take all the jobs. We take all the jobs. Even the one you know that you can, please, can you help me do this? You don't want to talk because you don't know what his response will be like. So you'll be tired all through. And even useless at the other end, like my sister said.
Wow.
Yes.
Okwemi.
Yes, sir. Period.
Omotola.
Yes, sir.
I think this other room issue factor is very, very important to you guys.
It's important to the men.
And you are saying
it's important to
that
the men.
communication,
it's important to the men,
communication,
but they don't help out to make sure that they have a very good, other room experience.
I'm trying to galvanize or put together what you are trying to say.
Okay.
That communication that is being properly managed via the distribution of tax, proper distribution of tax between husband and wife will help the husband to have a good experience in the other room.
Yes,
that is it.
Wow. It's been a while on communication.
Yeah.
And I think we should move on to the other the other factors that will help intimacy. Interesting, very, very interesting so far, and we have been able to talk about communication, how it can help intimacy, foster intimacy in the home, and how it can also be favorable to men in the house, that if they are able to communicate well in terms of chores in the house, helping out when it comes to the other room, they will be able to enjoy and have a good experience. But now I want to look at empathy. What is empathy to you, and how do you think? Let's look at what empathy is first before we look at how to apply it.
Okay. Empathy is putting yourself in another person's emotional state. The feeling, ability to understand what they are feeling, what they are going through in their state of mind.
Amotola?
Yeah, like she said, empathy is you being able to share in another person's feelings. You are able to decipher how the person is feeling at that point in time, whether the person is moody, happy, sad, or cranky. Yeah.
So when it comes to couples, we are saying the husband being able to think of, okay, this is my wife. What's she going through right now?
Yes.
What's she feeling about what I said right now?
Yes.
Okay, if I were to be in her position, how else would I have done this? How best should I have done it? So that's what empathy is all about.
Yeah, or how would if I were the one she said I said this to, how would I feel? Would I be happy? Am I supposed to apologize right now, or should I give it time?
So I think are couples really paying attention to this most of the time, especially when it comes to young couples. In your 7 years of experience when it comes to marriage, what do you think? Have you had experience of lack of empathy, or you feel that your husband is not really empathetic enough? Or maybe you yourself,
okay,
because this should be a candid
yes,
camera thing.
Yes,
so you give us.
Okay, so let me use myself as an example. Okay, at the time when we first got married, then my husband, we are still staying on the mainland anyway. So my husband was working on the highland, and whenever he comes, I don't want to know if he's tired or he's strong, or what he went through at the office. What I want is what I want. I might even be waiting for him to get back so that he can take me somewhere. Okay. I don't want to know if he's tired. If he tells me I'm tired, I'm like, but this is me. You have to attend to me. You have to answer me.
I've been waiting.
I've been waiting for you. So I think that, to my own
experience,
yes, I would confess that I've not been
empathetic enough.
Yes, towards my husband at the beginning, but right now my husband is so expressive. He will tell you, this is what I'm going to do. But right now I think I've adjusted to.
Wow, you have adjusted, and you are now much more experienced.
Yeah,
you show more empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy where it is necessary.
Yes.
But sometimes
but sometimes you have to scatter everything so that so that you can have your way. That is why we are women.
Wow. So it is true that women behave based on their emotion. They just react based on their emotion.
Yes.
Like the way they say it.
Yes.
So you expect the men to always be the one that will understand.
Yeah, but at times we reason. It's not like we are babies or we reason. But at times, most times, we act with our emotions, and maybe after acting, then we'll now be thinking, was I right? What I said, was it nice enough? Should I apologize now? So.
Okay, thank you very much. Mama Kwemi.
Oh, what a wow.
12 years.
Wow.
I have some confession or exposition that you want to do.
Well, we grow daily, we grow weekly, we grow monthly, and year in year out we trying to grow more. My own practical example was I could remember a time when the road was still under construction. I happened to be someone who goes out a lot. Then my husband worked with the youth arm of the church. I expect that every seconds I hear him call, hello, how's the road now? What's the road situation now? What's the road situation now? But I just see that I can use like 3 hours in traffic and I will receive no call. And meanwhile,
some people in the car,
the person in the car sitting beside me is also married, you understand? And I know that like every 30 minutes, how far? Where are you guys now? Where are you guys? And I'm the one that always drive. So, so many things will start running through my mind. This guy does not even call at all. Does not even put himself at my own shoe, looking at, look at the traffic. Maybe like 3 hours I've called. I left the office like 5:30, and as at 8 o'clock I'm still in the office. I'm still on the road. So I expect that at least put yourself in my shoe. You understand? Look at what I've been facing. The next thing you hear is, hello, so where are you now? You understand? I'm like, what do you mean by where? Have you even asked of me? You understand? It's not about I don't expect, where are you now? No, I expect that. So how far now? What's at the point, you see, at the point for months I was bottled up. I'm the kind of person that I always like to make sure that my marriage is going on smoothly. I don't want any issues, so I rather keep quiet, you understand, than raising things up and it will now spring up to maybe argument or co. So but somebody told me, have you even asked him? Have you talked about it? Can you call him to talk about it? Can you wake him up in the middle of the night, talk about it? So we started, I did that. We started talking about it. We spoke about it. I'm sure that in his own state, so you're like, oh, okay, maybe in that aspect. And for over like a year now, you understand, things has changed. Especially when aside the fact that the road is even now but for that particular time, you understand, it was actually like that. But I think we're able to resolve it by the first communication, which we did. Yes, because I communicated.
And I started putting myself in your shoes.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Okay, so are you pleased? Are you pleased that?
So someone says, hello. Okay, we have fun now. Where are you now? Okay,
So
I see a lot of
you love that.
change and
But actually, when she told me that, I asked her some questions. I said, how long have you been married? How long has those people that are calling themselves every 10 seconds, how long have they been married? Maybe 2 years or less than 2 years. We have been married for 11-12 years at that time. And I was able to let her know that this thing might be shocking them. There is nothing shocking me. I prayed and I know that you are coming and we are expecting you. So when you come, we don't even know that you are cranky or you are someone. We are expecting you and praying. Children, oh yeah, your mommy is coming. Your mommy will soon be here. Your mommy will soon be here. But you are like, you are not calling me because to ask me what the situation is. We know, we understand that the mercy of God will see you through and you will be at home. But it's good that we always make our thoughts known, because everything starts from the thoughts.
Yes.
Your thoughts will affect your actions. Your thoughts will affect your actions. Your feelings, your actions, they all start from your thoughts. Your thoughts. So that's emotional intelligence. Thank you very much. And when it comes to empathy, have you had couples that by the time they told you some one or two things about their issues, you feel that it boils down to empathy?
Yeah.
Have you had any of such?
Yes. Like I have a sister that I think I could not remember the particular thing now. I had to tell her, do you know what he's feeling right now? Okay, he's trying to get himself together. He doesn't have this. He's the one managing this. You understand? And you want him to be a superhero overnight. You know, you are not putting yourself in that state that, okay, this guy is just coming up. You understand? So what I did at that particular point was that, see, just pick his call. You don't know what he was actually thinking then. No, I'm not going to pick it like that. Do you get? But I'm sure when it comes to their relationship now, they are balanced. As in, they are balanced. Compared to when they first started, they are really balanced. They understand themselves. There is no, I said, okay, do this for this person. Let him be doing this. By the time he is managing this, he also has a sense of belonging. He's not feeling that, okay, it's because you are the one doing this. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, let him undo this. Then you go out. Then he is actually busy doing something.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So at least in that kind of manner, everything is balanced. And that was what I did, and I'm sure they are good.
Do you have such experience?
Oh, okay.
A third party experience.
Oh, okay. I have a friend. The husband, that my friend's husband, he has anger issues, and my friend does not want to know. So I'm like, this thing is not just starting now. So you have to cool down for him. Two of you can't be angry at the same time. If not, maybe you break yourself, you break each other's head. So I had to advise her that, see, cool down. When he's angry, you know that he has anger issues. You don't have to aggravate it. Like my husband tells me that maybe when we are fighting, I don't have to be right all the time. Just cool down. No, it's not like you're accepting that you are wrong, but you are just quiet so that there will be peace at that time. Then maybe I now told her that at another time you could just bring it up, but babe, you know that what you did at the other time, I didn't like it. At that time, he had cooled down. Not like when he was
fire for
boiling.
fire.
Yeah. So I think it's empathy too, where you understand that this is how he's feeling. I'm sure he's working on his anger issues, but at that time, it's in place. The anger is in place. That's not when you start preaching to him that you have to manage his anger. No.
So right now, some couples could be going through such that maybe the husband is just feeling like, I'm at home now. I know how much I should be making right now.
Yeah.
And maybe he has a mood swing already, and the wife is not even seeing that. Yeah. He's only seeing Obamege baby. you're not carrying this baby for me. You're not even giving me attention. Maybe you are watching film and they're not contributing. I'm talking to you, you cannot even hear what I'm saying. I think couples need to deploy empathy. And this guy that is not always used to staying at home, this guy that is not making what he's supposed to be making, I know what he would have done. Maybe he comes home with cold stone and pizza every day, and maybe that's bothering the guy himself, that I can't do this, and it's paining him, so it's affecting his mood. Even when you expect a touch that will lead to the other room experience, is not even coming. And you think the guy is okay, or you think the wife that maybe is has an office very far to the house and she's also making some money, she's not going out, she's not meeting up what the target that's supposed to meet, and everything is just down. You're not thinking of the emotional state, psychological state of the husband, the psychological state of the wife, and you think that the things will run normally. Things will not run normally. Even when it comes to religious activity, some wives, because the fact that they cannot go to church the way they will go to church, they cannot go to the rehearsal the way they will go to the rehearsal, they are not okay. So the husband seems to okay.
You know, sometimes some ladies that are used to church activities, they tend to find joy in going there or in doing it. You understand? And I'm sure at this critical time is really affecting everybody. And at this period, this is a time for us to have our thoughts, our feelings, and our action. This is a time for us to put it into place. You know, when we talk about emotional intelligence, when you say your ear is equal to like your TFA, be able, ability to think, to foresee that. What's Okoyemi thinking now? What's Omotola thinking now? I don't know what is running through our mind. Because sometimes you see, okay, at this pandemic situation now, we see some aviation industries that are not going to receive salary because their salary is based on, okay, how many passengers they are taking, and the husband is at home, you know, not even thinking of, okay, what is the family going to, especially, okay, maybe the wife is not even working. It means that, okay, the home is is in a stagnant state, there's no income. So at this point, vis-a-vis the woman or the man, you understand, we should be able to, you know, come together at this time to understand ourselves better.
Thank you. Let's go for a commercial break. Thank you very much, Omotola and Okoyemi. It's been a wonderful time with you guys, and we have been able to trace how communication and empathy could help foster intimacy in our own little way, because of the couples out there that are really struggling. At least they'll be able to learn one or two things. But before we go, I want us to deal with consequential thinking. And when I say consequential thinking, I think it's about you thinking of the end result of what you're about to do. What is the consequence of what I am about to do, what I am about to say? The way I will say it, will it bring a good result for me? What's going to be you put yourself, it's close to empathy, but now you think of the consequence of what you're about to do. So the consequence will now bet the wisdom that will inform how you will do what you intend to do. So in your 12 years of marriage, 7 years of marriage, have you had an experience where you never put this into place and then things went gaga, or you had to practice this and it worked for you? Can you share with us?
Wow.
Who goes first?
Wow. I should go first. Well, in my 12 years of marriage, I could recall that maybe in the first 5 years of my marriage, I'm an Ekiti woman, and they used to say Ekiti, there is Agidi, Anko. You know, so it really affected me. I am not saying I have Agidi or, you know, strong-head, but I don't watch what I say. I don't think of it before I say it. So at the end of the day, I end up begging that, oh no, okay, maybe that is not what I want to say. Maybe that was not how I was supposed to say it. But when my husband started teaching me what emotional intelligence is, it has really helped me a lot. Even at my place of work, before I want things to be done and to be done, no excuse.
No.
So you see that, okay, maybe I work on myself, I shout, I do this, okay, please, but it has really helped me to calm down. So now I think of what I want to say. I look at the choice of words to say. I look at, okay, the other person, how is he going to receive it? Is it going to be positive or negative? So I want to say that when it comes to consequential thinking, it has really helped me a lot. I watch what I say before I say it, or who to say it to, or the time to say it. Sometimes when you want to ask something from your husband now, you know how to, you know how to say it, and an adage in Yoruba says, "Ẹni tó bá domi tútù sí iwájú, ó máa tẹ̀lẹ̀ tútù," something like that.
If you pour cold water to the front, you will step on cold water.
It means that you have a soft landing.
Exactly.
So for me, in the first 5 years of my marriage, I was not actually applying that. But when it got to like 6 years, I started understanding what consequential thinking is all about. And I think I've been able to put it to action. It has really helped me a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Okwemi. Omotola, is something coming to your mind towards this?
Yes. I think to foster intimacy in marriage, men, women, everybody, we need to learn how to use this tool, consequential thinking. Okay, I remember when everything is when I first got married. When I first got married, when my husband offends me, the words that I use, I hate you. In fact, I hate you. You understand?
Okay.
How did I marry you? Why did I say yes? Do you understand? And to me, I was just talking. I didn't know that my husband was holding it. He'd be like, Later, I'm like, but I was angry, I was speaking. He will be like, no. From the abundance of the heart.
It must be. Thank you. I do say that too.
No, I was just angry and I wanted to get back at you. I wanted to hurt you too. So that's why I had to say anything. And he'll be like, no, you have to think about what you want to say. Now, at the end of the day, like she said, I'll be the one apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. Then I now have to learn so that when he offends me, he has to know that he offends me. Not like I'll be the one to now beg at the end of the day. I have to learn, okay, let me say it right. So when I say what is right, I know I am the right one. I won't have to offendees. Do you understand? So I have to learn how to talk, what to say, the time to say it, how to say it, so that he won't say, but that other time you said, like, no, so that I will. So
that's a lovely one, and I think it happens to us too most of the time. That I would love to think that, am I this terrible? By the time my wife wants to express what I have done wrongly or what I failed to do the proper way, I'll be like, am I even a pastor? Did I even go to school? Do I even have sibling at all? That my wife could tell me these things. So at the end of the day, that's where I will start from. That's my own. It will be my own point of entry. And goes, why do you have to say this? So I at the end of the day, like you said, she will need to beg me. She will feel bad. So what she wanted to say at the end of the day, she has forfeited.
I'll say, what I said, was it that bad?
Offended me.
Was I actually? You will be the one to offend.
Yes.
But maybe the way I now put it down, he has nailed me.
My husband will say,
it's because I was like, was it really bad?
My husband will say, 2 wrongs don't make it right. I've wronged you. Now to you
now you now want to.
So that means there's no. Yeah.
I don't have to do that. You don't have to go to that extent to express your dissatisfaction when it comes to my actions or behavior.
We both learn every
day.
So
that's the consequential thinking is a powerful tool that every home should learn. Every couple should learn. Even in the house, there's a way you give food to your husband. Today he's complaining about the same thing today. yesterday, 2 days ago, 1 year ago. You are not changing. It means that you don't even have a reflective moment. You don't reflect, you don't have a reflection, you don't reflect back on what has happened. Yeah, okay, how can I do it better? I think you guys will agree with me that any couple or woman or man that wants their marriage to work, they have to do it intentionally.
Yes.
It's an intent. You want to say
yeah. When you were just saying, when you were talking, it just came to my mind that if you look at it, consequential thinking has been in place even before Christ.
Yeah.
Because I remember the story of Esther when she wanted to save her people. When the king held out the scepter that she should come in and said, "What do you want?" I'm sure she planned it. Come to dinner 3 times.
Yes.
No, she thought about it. That what will I do that will bust this guy's head? So she thought about it very well. So I think we the men and the women, we should use it. It would.
I think when it comes to marriage, even if it was not intentional when you are saying marry me, the reality of the fact that you have gone to the altar and you are now staying together and you want to stay together for a longer time should call for intentionality.
Yes.
That means you should be intentional about how you help the relationship, the intimacy we are talking about, and the tools you deployed. And we have been able to talk about communication. It's something that you need to learn. It's something that you need to pay attention to. We talk about empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of others, and thinking of, okay, how will you feel? Okay, I've said this. What is making this guy to feel this way? And we talk about consequential thinking. If I say this, even if it is me, I will slap this person. I will not say it this way. Okay, he does not like cold food. Why must I give him cold food every time? Okay, what will I need to do to make his food warm? Or okay, you to call me when you are almost at home. He does not have to eat late. Why do you have to start cooking when it is 7:30? You will now finish cooking when it is 9:30. Before you serve it 10 o'clock, the guy will say maybe you are the one that go and eat your food and you don't want him to get mad. What will you do? What do you think you should do when it comes to such situation? Your husband does not like to eat late. How would you solve that?
Well, like we all said, we should apply these 3 things into our relationship. And you also said, POA, that we should get into the relationship and make it intentional. So I think when it comes to women, we need to plan our time. We need to plan ourselves. We should know the do's, the don'ts. We know, okay, this is what he wants. This is what I want. Okay, this is the way your wants and the other want. You bring it together and try to make sure that it all blends together. Like for myself, I know what my husband likes. I know what he doesn't like. I know by the time you are warming okra soup for like 5 times, or maybe even 2 times, he will tell you that there's something wrong about this food. So I don't even try. And a situation happened like 3 days ago in my house. I think I prepared okra and it was not well packaged back into the freezer immediately after I prepared it. The second morning when I saw it, I got mad. I was not getting mad at my daughter because of not packing it, but what I was getting mad at is that if I should serve this food for POA, he will not like it. And it actually happened yesterday. You understand? First, okay, I knew we prepared the fufu. He did not like. Maybe it was soft, somehow soft. And the second time we are preparing the same thing again. So I've been asking even my daughter that is taking the food, what did he say? Did he say anything? What was his reaction? I know that he wasn't looking at the fufu, he will look at the soup. Okay, something is just correlating because that is not him. So with that, I know, okay, this is what he wants, and I will do to time what he wants. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We need to merge it. Even for the children too, we need to merge it. And I think that is how it will work. You know what he wants. You know the time he eats. You even know that you don't want him to eat late. Like my husband, I don't want him to eat late. So I like, okay, my dinner should start like 5 o'clock. So that by 6 o'clock, at most, give or take 7, everybody has eaten. And if you are now taking anything, maybe something to just greasy before we go to bed. Thank you.
So when it comes to all these tools that were put together, how can couples use it to manage their kitchen at this time? Can they deploy any of these tools? Can it work for them? Yes. When what we have is rice, beans and garri, then maybe you have okra, you have pepper. How do you think, and you know your husband likes variety, but because of this situation, this is what you have at home, Omotola,
yes, sir.
How can you, and you know this guy is choosy. I don't eat it, I don't like this, he's body by nature, and you want to satisfy him. You cannot go out to buy the things that you need to buy when you want to buy it. So how do you think you can deploy these tools to help him?
Okay, I would say the three are intertwined. Number one, I as the wife should communicate to my husband that Obi, see you, we only have rice, garri and beans at home, so this is it. Then on his own part, he should empathize that, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. On a normal day, my wife won't say this is what we have. The markets are closed, I understand. So I'm not living to eat, I'm eating to live. So let me just eat what she gives me. And the consequential thinking, that me too, I should be able to plan. Even before telling him, I should, not like I would just come and say, husband, oh, this is what we have. If you like it, if you like
lockdown, wow.
Yeah, do you understand? So I have to think, okay, how do I present my case that he will empathize with me and eat the food with love? So I think
so. The three are very
important in the home.
Okay, what do you want to tell the people that are getting? Some people got married during this COVID period. What do you want to say to them?
What a coincidence! Wow. For new couples out there, I want to encourage you that number one, communication is key in every marriage. Communication is key, and the empathy that we have talked about is also key. Ability to relate with each other, ability to know each other's need, ability to empathize. Put yourself in this present situation. Okay, you are newly married, maybe your husband is just even an outgoing copper with nothing, there's no income in the hand, maybe 2 or 3 months alawi is what you guys are dependent on. How do you want to communicate? How do you want to relate with each other? You need to empathize, put yourself in his shoes, let him put himself too into your own shoe as well. Okay, maybe you are a designer and there's no time for you to even have customers to come and give you clothes to sew, where you have some money in your hand. I think this period is a period where your intimacy needs to get to action. You need to be close to each other. You need to plan. You need to look at the choices of words, because right now, let me be factual with you. Some men are depressed. They are not looking at what can come out of this situation, of this pandemic situation. Maybe how to bond more with your family. They are only thinking about egole, money. How will I survive after pandemic? Will my customer still be my customer? Do you understand what I'm saying? Even to churches too. You see churches losing members at this time. Maybe after the lockdown is over. So at this point in time, for new families, for families as being together, your intimacy must be intact. Because right now, you do not have any pastors to run to. You cannot even go to your parents. Maybe you are fond of any small issue, you've called your parents or you have gone there. There's no time for. This is the time for couples to bond. Look at your choice of words before saying it. Look at what your choice of words will bring. Look at the action that will come after you have said a negative action or maybe a positive action. We need to come together. We need to bond together. I think this pandemic is, calling us for what? For family reunion.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So our intimacy, our empathy, our consequential thinking, our communication skills must all come to play at this time.
Thank you very much, and I think it's been a wonderful time with both of you. And the Bible says that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do?
Yeah.
COVID-19, lockdown, you are being locked down, but you can unlock the good things.
You are being locked down, but you are not knocked down.
You are being locked down, but you are not knocked down. So for you not to get knocked down, you have to unlock the good things when it comes to the relationship with your home. The relationship with you and your spouse goes a long way to determine how productive you will be, even at the end of this time out.
Yeah.
So I think the stronger you are, the better. So we are saying, and we have agreed from these 19 years of experience, 7 and 12, that when it comes to your intimacy, communication is key.
Yes.
Empathy is key, and consequential thinking, you can't do without it. That they all will go. And as Christians, you pray, and when you pray, you study the word together, and you do things that will bring fun into your home. Even if your prophets are saying that, okay, this is the love of your life, and you have been able to come together, it is not the same. It is not the prophet that will tell you how to have fun in your home, how to bring fun to your home, how to respect your husband. What if the prophet is no more? What happens to your relationship? What is happening to? What's going to happen to your intimacy? If it's a third party that is determining what you are doing, what you say to your husband, your parents, your father, your mother, your pastor, you need to get to know one another. You need to. There should be a locking of the soul together. The Bible says that the wife and the husband, they will leave their families and they will come together to become what? One. Husband and wife, to become one. The equation of God is 1 + 1 becoming 1, and you can't break that. But you have to use tools. You have to deploy tools to be able to make things work. Thank you, and God bless you.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Your pleasure. Thank you.
I want to believe that this marriage series with POA is another revealing series that we need to pay attention to, and we employ couples, intending couples, to watch out for POA's diary, because we are going to be unveiling. I think we are going to go for men in the next edition. These guys are wonderful, and I appreciate them. Thank you for coming once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
A word of safety for our audience on POA's diary.
Stay safe, stay home, save lives.